Hello guys, this is Mervin and family.
Hello.
Hello, where are we headed today, my love?
To the supermarket for the new year we're going.
For the New Year's, and you will be doing what? Shopping?
Yes.
Gonna buy a lot of goodies? Wow.
Tata eat too much.
It's too much. We're taking too many bags. Guys, in this video, this Other World Schooling Calabria video, I just want to say, if it's your first time, please like, share and subscribe and leave a positive comment. In today's video, we want to talk about survival, resilience and disaster preparedness. Okay, that's the major topic. And then the subtopic, the title of the video, is going to be teaching children food security in an unstable world. Teaching children food security in an unstable world. Are you still working on your farm? Are you doing your gardening?
Yes.
Yes, and your vegetables? Yeah. And so our baby has been doing this pretty much since she was born. Okay? And I know you might be saying, hey, Mervin, a young baby can't learn anything and do anything, because the first thing they need to do is learn how to creep and then how to walk. Well, once you grow up in an environment, by default you are doing, because you are exposed to the environment. That's my point. So our baby daughter, my wife and I, has exposed her. Okay?
Yep.
I think she was 3 days old, huh? When she first went to the farm?
Yeah, around 1 week old. Yeah.
Around 1 week, excuse me, in a marsupial. So a marsupial is that little baby carrier that strap on. That's what we took her in nature on our 4th generational olive farm for the first time in 2016. And from then it was every day. Okay? So, you need to teach your children food security in an unstable world. Now, the reality of this is they don't teach this in schools. Okay? This is not a part of the school curriculum, the public school curriculum. They might do some little gardening lessons. I remember years ago when I was in primary and secondary school, we used to have gardening class. But not because you do gardening that means you know about food security. Food security is specific. So we go to the supermarket like every other family, okay? But we do subsistence farming and agriculture, and we're very conscious. Forgive us, we're gonna go through this tunnel and the camera will adjust. But what happened is we are food security mindful, and we teach this as a part of her growing up. We teach Dahlia to be mindful of this. So how do you teach this to children? This has to be a way of life. Okay? So you got the vehicle, you go to the supermarket with the bags and the shopping list, you buy what is available, and you keep mentioning and reiterating that one day this will all not be here or cannot be here. And we have to start learning how to adjust and prepare our hearts and mind for that day or those times that are ahead of us. Okay? We have a old saying that says nothing lasts forever, not even the good times. And so when you're growing up your child, okay, the child is the heartstring, or the children are the heartstring of every parent. Okay? No parent want their children to suffer when the world changes. So if you don't want them to suffer, it's very simple. In the good times, which won't last forever, you prepare for the bad times in the unlikely but realistic event they might come upon us. Okay? Now we live in a changing world, and the cost of living, I always say in these videos, are going up, and many families are finding it hard to feed themselves. And mind you, some families don't have one child like us. Some families have 5. I grew up in a household where there were 7 of us. So I would say that you let me know in the comments what you think, that an average family is between 5 and 7 people, the siblings and the parents included. Okay? And now in these present times, 2025, today is the New Year's Eve. This is the last day of 2025. 2026 is upon us. Okay? And 2026 don't look promising globally. You understand? Every year that we advance and progress, the years are becoming tougher globally. The availability of food is not felt the unavailability, of food is not felt so much in the Western world. But if I would move you from here into some parts of Africa where my family and I are always doing humanitarian work on my wife's projects, yes?
Yep.
Food shortage and the quality of food is a big problem. Okay? And you might say, well, that is over there and it will never come to you and knocking on your door. Well, there are wars and rumors of wars springing up everywhere. And wherever there are wars or will be war, that is just one factor that will contribute to the lack of food, okay, and that will disrupt the regular food supply chain and availability in supermarkets. So, supermarkets are a privilege, not a must. They didn't have these big supermarkets 150 years ago. You ever watch those Wild West movies? They used to have saloons. In fact, in 1975, 77, 78, when I was going to shop for my family, I used to go to a saloon with the little bag in my hand, okay, to go shopping for my family. But today we've grown advanced and sophisticated, and we got super malls and supermarkets, and we got comfortable, and we take for granted that these things will be there forever and ever and ever for us, for the taking or for the purchasing power that we possess. And so we have to teach our children to start thinking that this is a privilege, one, and that two, anytime certain factors can make it disappear and can disrupt the food supply chain, the modern food supply chain, and that they must have knowledge combined with skills in order to survive when this happens. Okay, this is not a matter of if, this is a matter of when. Because the way that the world is going now, war is just one of the factors that can disrupt the food supply and food availability readily for us to purchase in supermarket. But there are other things like global economic collapse, which is also a huge other reality that is right on the dawn of the horizon of humanity. Okay? So let's take war and total economic collapse just to begin with. I'm not even talking about natural disasters as yet. And then just within the scope of natural disasters, you have many types of natural disasters. Okay? So you would need a certain approach, or to teach your children a certain approach to deal with certain natural disasters. Okay? Because a natural disaster can be a drought. Does your child know, or your family know, how to find, locate, and store water beforehand and even during a drought? Can they do that? Do they know to make a solar still? That's something that I learned, okay, when I was taking my jungle warfare military instructor course. That's something that I taught the U.S. Marines in Fort Sherman, Panama in 1996. That's something I did for 1 year on the coast of the Essequibo River, the Timere base, and all of these bases, in Linden bases in Guyana for 1 year, adjacent to the Amazon jungle in Brazil and Suriname. I trained there for a year. All of these things were taught to me. So when I'm making a video, you might see me in a car now in my later years with my family going to the supermarket, but I've been out there training, okay, for years. And so each type of natural environmental disaster brings with it its specific training for your children and your family. Okay? It's not a matter of just that if you have war, or and then even war, there are different types of war. There's conventional warfare, okay? There's jungle guerrilla type warfare. There's nuclear, NBC, chemical, biological warfare. I've been training all of these things in the military as a non-commissioned officer and as a commissioned officer. And so my experiences in life is what I'm using to prepare, and as a professional digital product creator and course creator, to teach the civilian world, especially the home, travel, world schooling, unschooling, parental schooling, family, globally, on how to prepare for these things. The reason I'm teaching them is because I have access to them. I don't have access to people in the public school system, because if I could teach them that, I would teach it to them as well, so that they can incorporate it in their curriculum. But those curriculum are governmentally organized and guarded. They're not flexible, okay? And that is why I'm not teaching it in public schools. So I'm teaching it to these type of schooling approaches, learning approaches on the World Wide Web, the internet, at worldschoolingcalabria.com. And I'm teaching it to my beautiful baby daughter Dahlia, and my wife and I are working on our project for her at her website, okay, and on YouTube, because we want to sensitize the world that you need to have family survival, disaster preparedness, contingency planning. If you don't, and the situation arises, then you are going to be in for a rude awakening. Okay? I want you to check out these courses that I've prepared firsthand for you. Okay? I spent my life doing, teaching, learning, preparing courses, certifying people globally. For example, in recreational scuba diving certification for the largest recreational scuba diving organization on the planet, and might I add, multilingually for them as an instructor, as a PADI instructor. So I've been teaching, and I took all my knowledge and resources, my wife and I, okay, as a trained Italian Padova University graduate psychologist and humanitarian, and we're combining these knowledge, and we're homeschooling, parental schooling, world schooling, and travel schooling Dahlia, and we're preparing her for the new world order that is upon us. Artificial intelligence, human transhumanism, global cataclysm, and financial collapse, war and all of this, famine, pestilence, epidemics, pandemics, you got to be prepared. I want to thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in another one. Say bye, Kathy.
Bye-bye.
Say bye, Dahlia.
Bye.
And we see you as a family over at worldschooling.calabria.com or on YouTube at Dahlia World Schooling Calabria TV very soon. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a positive comment below. See you again soon. Bye.